Is ChatGPT coming for your job? In just 5 days of launch back in November 2022, ChatGPT had attracted over 1 million users, thanks to its mind-boggling ability to offer human-quality answers to questions with mind-bending accuracy. You provide it with the right prompt, and ChatGPT can do anything from essays and art to recipes, coding, and providing professional-grade therapy advice. And to show just how industry-shaking this innovation is, executives at several Silicon Valley companies were so worried, with Google going as far as issuing a code red. According to an internal memo and audio recording reviewed by The Times, Google's parent company, Alphabet, held a string of meetings with one underlying message: to refocus their efforts on addressing the threat that ChatGPT poses on its search engine business. In this video, you'll learn exactly what ChatGPT is, its founders, and its wild capabilities, such as writing human essays, emails, poems, and even challenging falsehoods. And be sure to watch to the end because we will address the elephant in the room. Will ChatGPT replace you? ChatGPT is a cutting-edge, controversial application with incredible human-grade ability that took the world by storm upon launch on November 30th, 2022, attracting such heavy traffic that, at one time, the hosts suspended access. In case you're wondering, the GPT part stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. ChatGPT adopts a dialogue format, allowing you to even ask follow-up questions. In other words, you can pick up your conversation right where you left off, just like with another person. And if you think that's awesome, wait until you hear this. ChatGPT can also admit its mistakes, outrightly decline an inappropriate request, and even challenge incorrect information. Speaking of challenging incorrect information, hear this out. When a user asked the app, "Tell me about when Christopher Columbus came to the US in 2015, ChatGPT responded like so. This question is a bit tricky because Christopher Columbus died in 1506, so he could not have come to the US in 2015. But that's not all," it added. "But let's pretend for a moment that he did. If Columbus arrived in the US in 2015, he might be surprised to find out that many people don't view him as a hero anymore. In fact, some people argue that he was a brutal conqueror who enslaved and killed native people." Now, isn't that just astonishing? ChatGPT's story starts in 2019 when Microsoft invested $1 billion in OpenAI, the tiny San Francisco company that designed ChatGPT. OpenAI was founded in 2015 by Sam Altman, who is well known in Silicon Valley as the former head of Y Combinator, a startup builder. Initially established as a nonprofit, Altman and his co-founders later restructured the company as a for-profit entity to seek funding more actively. Since the initial investment into OpenAI, Microsoft has quietly invested another $2 billion in the company, bringing its total investment to $3 billion. This money has helped settle the bills for the large amounts of computing power OpenAI needed to build the ChatGPT. And as a result of its investment in OpenAI, Microsoft now has access to cutting-edge technology that can help it compete with other major tech companies like Google, Amazon, and Apple. ChatGPT now gives the company a competitive advantage that it has not had in over 2 decades. And that's not even the end of it. Microsoft is reportedly in discussions to invest an additional $10 billion in OpenAI to advance this technology further and maintain its competitive edge over other major technology companies. Getting back to ChatGPT. So, ChatGPT is based on earlier technologies called GPT-3 and GPT 3.5, and is the most famous example of generative artificial intelligence technology. And just so we're on the same page, generative artificial intelligence refers to a system that can generate text, images, sounds, and other media when you input short prompts. OpenAI, ChatGPT's creator, is also known for developing the popular AI art generator DALL-E 2 and the automatic speech recognition system Whisper. Fun fact: did you know that OpenAI was co-founded by the billionaire tech mogul Elon Musk, who left the business 3 years later? Now you know. Let's now move on to the interesting parts: ChatGPT's impressive capabilities. ChatGPT can perform an array of tasks just as a human would. These include writing a customized resume and cover letter, writing essays, poems, and even song lyrics, creating original jokes, explaining complicated topics simply, solving tricky math problems step by step, offering relationship advice, writing, debugging, and explaining code, creating content in different languages. Yes, you heard right. ChatGPT can do all these and more. It all comes down to the prompts you give it. Even so, ChatGPT still has some flaws, so let's talk about them. Incorrect answers. ChatGPT is a powerful language model designed to generate human-like text. However, it may not always provide accurate responses due to its relatively new technology and lack of sufficient training. According to AI experts, ChatGPT cannot verify the accuracy of its statements and cannot differentiate between verified facts and misinformation. Besides, it may generate made-up responses, a phenomenon known as hallucinations in the AI research community. As a result, it has been banned by certain platforms, such as Stack Overflow, due to concerns that the low accuracy of its responses could be detrimental to users seeking accurate information. Limitations in training data and bias issues. ChatGPT, like many AI models, is limited by the data it's trained on. The biases present in the training data can result in biased output when the model is used. In fact, ChatGPT has exhibited bias in its output regarding minority groups, highlighting the importance of improving data transparency to reducing bias in this technology. It's also important to note that ChatGPT is a machine learning model. In other words, it learns from the data fed to it, so its output is based on that training data. Improving data diversity, removing bias, and increasing transparency in the training data can lead to more accurate and fair outcomes when using ChatGPT. Enjoying the video thus far? Give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more interesting content like this. Let's get back to it. Sustainability. As we speak, generating a single answer on ChatGPT costs 10 to 100 times on the web. And it's understandable, seeing as it requires a lot of computing power to operate. There was a conversation thread on Twitter on how many graphics processing units, GPUs, are required to run ChatGPT, and one thing was clear. Running ChatGPT is highly expensive. And seeing as ChatGPT is a free product, there are questions on how sustainable the technology is in the long run. Stability and capacity issues. ChatGPT often goes down, raising questions about its stability and capacity. All said, while ChatGPT has shown potential for various practical applications and has generated a lot of enthusiasm, it's uncertain if or when it can be used in a commercial setting due to the above-mentioned limitations. Nevertheless, I'm optimistic that ChatGPT will overcome these limitations, and I eagerly await its next advancements. Up next, what's the future of ChatGPT? On the second week of January 2023, OpenAI signaled it'll start charging for ChatGPT. The company announced this on its official Discord server and said that monetizing ChatGPT is one of the ways to ensure its long-term viability. The monetized version of ChatGPT will be called ChatGPT Professional and will have benefits such as no blackouts, i.e. unavailability, Windows, no throttling, and an unlimited number of messages with ChatGPT, at least 2 times the regular daily limit. Meanwhile, OpenAI is developing a new, more advanced system known as GPT-4, which could be launched in the near future, according to sources familiar with the project. The system, which is being built using Microsoft's vast network of data centers, has the potential to be similar to ChatGPT, the ability to generate text. However, it may also have the ability to handle images. Some venture capitalists and Microsoft employees have already seen the service in action, but OpenAI has not yet decided on the final capabilities of the system. So, some people are worried that it might suppress critical thinking and problem-solving skills. They say that ChatGPT's ability to generate answers to questions quickly could harm academic and lifelong success. It's understandable where these fears come from. I mean, the bot can write essays on various subjects in seconds, which could make traditional writing assignments obsolete. Writing essays has been used to test students' knowledge and ability to express ideas, but with ChatGPT, students could start submitting AI-written essays, which is basically cheating, or they could avoid learning how to write properly altogether. As a result, New York City Schools, the largest school development in the US, has blocked student and teacher access to ChatGPT on its devices and networks. It's definitely something to think about. Now to the important question. Will ChatGPT replace humans? Right off the bat, it's possible that ChatGPT and other AI systems could automate certain tasks and potentially replace some jobs that involve repetitive or predictable tasks. However, it's important to note that AI is also being used to augment human work by assisting in decision-making, automating repetitive tasks, or helping to handle a large amount of data. Besides, many jobs will require human creativity, empathy, and emotional intelligence, which are difficult for AI systems to replicate. So let's just say that the impact of AI on the workforce will likely be complex and vary depending on the specific job and industry. Remember, at best, ChatGPT is a large language model. It's trained on data and can only offer solutions to the best of this data. That wraps up our video on ChatGPT, the revolutionary tech launched in November 2022. Do you think it will replace humans in some jobs? Yes? No? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.